Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got a touching story about kindness that will warm your heart. Let's dive in. It was the middle of December in a small American town. Snow piled high and the air was sharp with cold. Inside, the classroom, heaters buzzed, but outside, kids still had to walk through freezing winds just to get to school, got Mrs. Johnson. A kind and observant teacher noticed something that broke her heart. Some of her students wore thin sweatshirts instead of coats. Their hands were red, their noses frozen. And not one of them complained, but she could see it. They were suffering silently that night. Mrs. Johnson sat at home, unable to forget their shivering faces. She made a decision. She drove to the store, grabbed a cart, and began filling it with winter coats, scarves, gloves, and hats. She picked each one carefully. A pink one for the girl who loved the color. Navy blue for the shy boy in the back dot at the register. The total was more than she had planned, but she smiled as she handed over her entire paycheck. She didn't care that her students needed this more than she needed anything else. The next morning, Mrs. Johnson walked into class carrying big bags. The children's eyes grew wide. One by one, she called them forward. "Try this one on," she said softly. Boy slipped into his coat and whispered, "It's so warm. I have never had one this nice." A little girl hugged her new coat. Grinning from ear to ear, another child murmured, "Now I won't be cold waiting for the bus." The classroom filled with laughter and joy, got the kind of joy that comes from feeling safe and cared for. When parents saw their kids bundled up after school, some cried quietly. They knew their children had been given more than just coats. They had been given dignity. Word spread, and soon other teachers joined in. A coat closet was created at school, filled with winter wear for any child in need. What started as one teacher's quiet act of kindness became a movement of compassion throughout the community. Mrs. Johnson never told anyone how much of her own money she spent. She didn't want credit. She didn't want praise. She just wanted her students to be warm. But to those children, her kindness was unforgettable. Because sometimes the greatest acts of love are the ones done in silence, with no reward but the warmth of another's smile.